all 1 inch, 250 thousandths.
That about wrap it up?
All I can do until the old buzzard gets finished.
Enough of that, Pete. Come on, coffee.
Look, how does Vallis intend to explain to the government that we're 2 weeks behind?
That is a front office problem, Pete. Let Vallis and I take care of that.
You yourself said the Universal Aircraft's been bugging you about these parts.
Peter, will you keep your work up to top level and lay off the old man?
Morning, Betty.
Henry's not going to finish on time, Mort. We're not going to be ready by the 1st of the month.
We gotta be. There's a default clause in that contract. The government can't wait forever.
That's a key component he's working on. Let me turn it over to Pete Lathrop.
No, I can't do that to Henry.
Mort, I understand. I know it's not an easy thing to do to a brother-in-law, but I cannot get the job done for you the way Henry's going.
Well, he's come through in the past. It's taking him longer, but he's always done it before.
No, he hasn't always done it before.
What do you mean?
I usually come back here at night, Mort, either by myself or with Pete Lathrop.
How long has that been going on?
4 months, maybe 5.
Well, why didn't you do that this time?
Evidently, he found out about it, and he takes home a different key part from the machine every night, and we can't run the thing without it. Mort, he's a great guy, and we all respect him. He's a fine old craftsman, but his eyes aren't so good, and sometimes his hands shake. He just can't turn out a high-tolerance project anymore. So unless you're prepared to lose that contract, he has got to give up his machine.
Ask him to come in. Come in. Hello, Henry. How's it going?
Oh, coming along fine, Mort, fine. I'll have that piece out for you in no time.
Could you do me a favor?
Yes, sure.
I want you to drop that project for a while. I want you to get this out for me right away.
Well, then, don't you think I'd better get the other piece ready first, because you told me the government is pressing you?
Pete can take care of that. The main thing is to get this one out right now.
Any boy out of kindergarten could do this.
No, it's trickier than it looks. Now,
There's nothing tricky about... Hey, wait a minute. That's Hilda. Sure, that's my machine. Get away from Hilda.
Look, Perkins told me to finish this.
Get away from my machine, I tell you now. Come on, no.
Now listen, you old ham. You're not going to hurt an old man.
Henry.
Hey, get out of here and stay up.
Henry!
Henry, you better go home. Go ahead. Pete, call an ambulance. Hi, I'm Perkins.
Sergeant Anderson, this is Sergeant Kirby.
Sergeant Kirby, how are you? Lathrop's over here. Pete,
Perkins, could you tell us exactly what happened?
Well, it was all over so fast I couldn't tell you exactly. I can tell you that Mr. Vallis jumped in to keep Pete here from getting hurt.
Not that I needed the help, mind you.
Anyway, it was that simple.
We understand that Vallis is Mr. Weber's brother-in-law?
Right.
Now you know how the old buzzard keeps his job.
Can he go back to work? We're paying him by the hour.
Certainly. You sure you want to sign a complaint?
Sure. He's dangerous. Who knows what he's going to pull next? You know, once when he ruined a dive block, he heaved it through a window down there, nearly brained a secretary.
He gave the girl a little scare, that's all.
Has he ever given you any other kind of trouble?
Never. Henry Weber is a fine, dependable man.
Mr. Lathrop, you'll have to come down to headquarters to sign a complaint.
Okay, I'll be down on my lunch hour. You know, you ought to lock this guy up right away.
So you can become head machinist?
Well, who has a better right? Well, I better get back to my work.
Yeah, the stockholders will appreciate that. Remember, you got to work late tonight. That piece has got to be finished.
It's a snap. See you, good man?
One of the best. Why else would we keep him around?
Well, thank you for your information, Mr. Perkins.
Right.
Mr. Weber?
Whom?
Mr. Weber?
Yeah, that's right.
We're police officers. Sergeant Anderson, this is Sergeant Kirby.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you want to talk about the accident.
Yes, we do.
It was a terrible thing.
Would you care to tell us about it?
Well, what's there to tell? It happened. That's all there's to tell.
This shouldn't take long, Mr. Weber.
Mr. Weber, did you mean to harm Mr. Vallis?
Well, of course not. Maud is a fine man. There's nothing in the world that he wouldn't do for me. You go and ask my family. They'll tell you.
You've been a tool and die maker for a long time, haven't you?
Nearly 50 years.
Mr. Perkins tells us that most of your friends have retired by now.
Oh? Well, I'd agree on that. Or maybe, yes, just a few. But, I mean, not the real skilled ones. Not the good men, you know. They're too hard to replace.
Now, this isn't the first time you've lost your temper at the factory, is it?
Well, of course it is.
What about the time you threw that die block and almost hit the secretary in the outer office?
Sorry. Yes, I forgot that. Well, you see, I worked for months on that tool. 19 different parts went into one cavity place. 19 different parts. That stupid design engineer, I told him 20 times, shouldn't be made that way. What did he do? Go ahead and did it anyway. Well, after all those months of grinding, cutting, polishing, you know, sweating, 5,000th off. 5,000th of an inch off. Now I ask, who wouldn't lose his temper? All that work, ruined, wasted. Who wouldn't lose his temper? You look like two regular guys doing. Didn't you ever blow your top? Come on.
I'm, gonna go in and see your brother-in-law now.
Okay.
You don't mind waiting with, Sergeant Kirby?
Oh, no. Happy to help any way I can, Sergeant. Oh, you young people always rush.
Well, Mr. Weber, we have lots to do.
Oh, you do, huh?
But I don't know what's come over, Dad. When I think how close it might have been. Inches, the doctor said.
It's finished. Families stay together by forgetting these things.
May I speak with Mr. Vallis, please?
More doctors? I thought everything was all right.
Police. Sergeant Anderson.
Police?
That's right.
It was an accident. Nobody's fault.
Oh, Grace, relax. He's just doing his job.
Mr. Weber is your brother-in-law?
Yes. Yes, this is my sister, Mrs. Weber. And this is his daughter, Luann.
How do you do? I realize this may be a little unpleasant, but...
Yes, it is. You shouldn't be allowed to come in here and disturb my brother.
You can see how ill he is.
Ladies, please. I won't have everyone getting excited. Mr. Perkins, my supervisor, called and said that Pete Lathrop had signed a complaint. Now, I understand that when the victim is willing to forget it, why, the matter is usually dropped. Is that right?
Usually, yes, but not always.
Oh, I can assure you that it won't happen again.
Can you assure us of that?
Oh, of course. Henry Weber wouldn't hurt a fly.
Looking at you, that's not easy to believe.
Accidents happen.
Seems to me the only accident is he hit you instead of Peter Lathrop.
Sounds like you intend to arrest him.
Well, we'll have to take him in as a protective measure. Then it's up to the district attorney's office to determine whether to prosecute or not.
Oh, Sergeant, I assure you, this is a complete waste of time.
Uncle Mort, you've got to relax. You're upsetting him.
If you don't leave, I'm going to call the doctor.
Sorry to disturb you.
I did my first tin soldiers. We tried that out in my trophies, you know, those. I was just telling...
He was telling me about how his wife used to, what was it, ladle?
That's
aluminum?
right, ladle aluminum. We did that in the garage, you know. We used to cast dies. Oh, that was way back, of course. She doesn't like to do that anymore. How's Mort?
Oh, he'll be all right. Good. Mr. Weber, we'd like you to come down to headquarters with us.
Why, is there anything else wrong?
Oh, no, this isn't a formal charge, just a few questions. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, of course, just anything I can help. I told you that, boys. Come on, let's go. I'll answer anything you want me to tell you.
Father?
Well, my baby, what is it, Lulu?
Uncle Mort says it's best if you don't answer any questions.
Why not, baby?
Please, listen to Uncle Mort. He knows best.
All right, baby. If you think so. That time for us is.
Not now. I've got to get back to Uncle Mort.
Got a pretty little girl, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Oh, Nick, you know John Egan, don't you?
Sometimes I wish I didn't.
Hello, Nick.
What's up?
Barry, you've just heard a prime example of the suspicious detective mind at work. Rest your feet, Nick.
I asked you to come in, Nick, to talk about the Henry Weber assault. Now, John represents the victim, Mort Ballas. He thinks that carrying the charges any further would be a mistake.
I think you're wrong, John. Henry Weber's a decent man, but he needs care. I don't think he's responsible for his actions.
Got no legal grounds to keep him.
We're discussing more than a legality here.
Nick, Lathrop's complaint is obviously prejudiced. The rest of the witnesses are non-committal, if you like, evasive. I can't win a case without testimony.
I just feel the man should be in protective custody until a doctor has a chance to check him out, that's all.
You talk like he's suddenly become a menace to society.
Potentially, that's exactly what he is.
Well, if he reaches his potential, you let us know, we'll prosecute.
You mean better late than never?
That's the law.
Yeah, that's the law. Thanks, Barry. Okay, boys. It's your county.
Listen.
Hey, Nick. Nick! What's the matter? You sore? John, the man needs help more than he needs to be free.
You're in the wrong job. You would have been a social worker. You're confusing a prison yard with a group therapy session.
He's not well enough to walk the streets, and he's not sick enough to be put away.
Nicky, the world is full of people who answer that description. Stop knocking yourself out.
Who's there?
Sergeant Anderson.
Oh. Sergeant, you've come back. I thought everything was cleared up.
Oh, this is just a social call. I thought I might learn something about tool making. I've always been all thumbs myself.
Now, come in. Come in. It's a pleasure. Real pleasure.
Who is it, Henry?
It's someone from me, dear.
Now, don't stay up too late, dear. You know how easily you get tired now.
Yes, dear, I know. Afraid it's a little messy here, but I never saw a well-used shop that wasn't.
Looks pretty good to me.
I was just turning out a chair leg when you came. I work in wood, too, you know.
Oh, that's very nice work.
Well, thanks. Would you care for a beer, Sergeant? Nice and cold.
No, thanks.
Yes, I used to make all our furniture, but Mrs. likes to buy it at the stores now. Well, I guess my style is a little too old-fashioned for her. People go for that new modern look today, don't they?
Oh, people are paying enormous fortunes for antiques today. Good workmanship is never out of style, Mr. Weber.
You think so? You really think so?
Yes, I do.
Good. Well, it seems to me it should be that way. It used to be that way when I was young. Workmanship was everything. There was pride in a man's work. Oh, sure, we used to do it to make a living, too. That's right, but we did have our pride.
Man should have pride in his work.
Oh, tell me, Sergeant. When a policeman gets to be a certain age, do they make him retire?
Yes, they do.
Oh, they do. But what if he's still good? I mean, what if he's still got something to offer?
Well, then I guess he has to find another way to offer it.
I see. Not right. Just doesn't seem right to me. No. Just doesn't seem right.
Mr. Weber, I know that there are things about this life that's sometimes difficult to understand. The facts are pretty rough. Mr. Weber?
Yes, sir?
Have you ever considered psychiatric help?
Psychiatric? Psychiatric? What do you think I am, some sort of a nut? I mean, just because I got a little upset at the factory? No, sir, I ain't ready for the loony bin by any chance.
That's not what I meant. I meant that you seem to have a very difficult adjustment to make, and I thought that perhaps they might be able to help you.
No, thank you very much. Thanks a bunch. I'm all right. I don't need any help. I ain't got no problems. I'm better now than I ever was. Here. Would you mind coming over here a minute? Look at that piece of oak, sir. Look at it. Just please feel it, won't you? Just feel it.
Oh, yes. Must be very gratifying to work with your hands. I wish I were that gifted.
Yes, it is. That's about all I know how to do. At 12, I was apprenticed to Jan Larsen. He was a wonderful Swede. Jan, well, I guess the name doesn't mean anything to you youngsters, but I tell you, he was the greatest toolmaker that ever lived. They say it takes a year to make a machine operator and 5 years to make a good journeyman die maker. But I tell you, after 10 years with Larsen, I had just only begun to learn my trade. May I show you something, if you don't mind? I'd like to have a look at this, please. 4 months to each side. 8 months in all. 16 pieces in each cavity.
Looks like a beautiful piece of sculpture.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I tell you, most metal sculptors today wouldn't have the discipline for close tolerance work like this. They wouldn't have the discipline, sir.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Mr. Anderson. That's why they mustn't push me out. I have plenty of good years left. It isn't fair for a man to work for nearly 50 years in a business and then be tossed out on a scrap heap, like a piece of junk, like a broken die block, like an obsolete old milling machine. I mean, a man should be more important than a machine. Shouldn't he, Mr. Anderson?
Some of us think so. Well, I better be going.
Oh, must you? I mean, must you? Guess you haven't changed your mind. Would you care for a beer now?
No, thank you.
I'll show you how.
It was a lovely dinner, James.
It's early.
And I wouldn't say no to a cup of coffee.
Well, we don't have a class till 11 tomorrow. Why don't you come on in? Sit down. I'll get the coffee going.
Hi, baby. Well, how was the dinner?
Wonderful, Father.
Good. Good.
Oh, Father, I don't believe you've met James.
Pleased to meet you, Sonny.
Very good to know you, sir.
Oops. I'm afraid I got a little grease on you there. Excuse me.
That's all right.
Yeah, let me get a rag for you.
Oh, it's all right, Dad. Father does a lot of hobby work at home. He's actually a metallurgical engineer.
Oh, no, Sonny. I'm just an ordinary tool and die maker. You know that, baby. Care to see my workshop?
Oh, it's awfully late. Maybe another time.
What do you mean, Leif? What's all the rush for? Come on, sit down. Let's have a little, have a little chat, huh? Yeah, that's better. Say, would you care for a beer?
No.
Oh, no, thank you, sir.
Well, all right. Yes, Sonny, There was a time when my little girl Lulu was in that shop as much as I was.
Really, Father, I don't think James is interested.
Well, I am. I am. Very.
You see? He's very interested. You should have seen her then. Oh, she was a pretty little girl. Boy, she used to run around the lathe in that white diaper of hers. She'd be waiting for the things to finish that I would make for her, like wooden dolls and...
Please, Father.
And she'd always pay me with a kiss. Yes, sir. Always with a kiss. Each time when I'd finish something, I'd say to her, well, whose little girl are you? And she'd say, yours, Daddy. And then she'd run across the room and jump on my knees and put her arms around my neck. I'd say, well, got time for a kiss, baby? And boy, she'd kiss. Oh, I'm so sorry. I smeared you up against that grease.
James.
She'd kiss. Oh.
James, it's been a lovely evening. You must come again. Thank you.
Well, what?
Maybe some other time, Mr. Weber. Pleasure meeting you, sir.
Well, same here, Sonny. Now, anytime you want to come here, you're quite welcome here.
Thank you.
Bye, Sonny.
Good night, Luann.
Good night. Really, Father? Calling him Sonny? Oh, that was too much.
But, Lulu, I was just trying to be friendly. He seems such a nice young fellow that I...
Oh, yes, really... and you were really dressed for it, too. And you smell like a brewery. Why can't you be more like Uncle Mort? He'd never do a thing like this.
What's going on down here?
Oh, Mother, I have never been so embarrassed in all my life.
Oh, come on now, Lulu.
I haven't been Lulu since I was 10 years old. Can't you understand that I'm beyond the age of puberty?
What nonsense. You'll always be my little baby.
I am not your little baby. I am not your anything.
Henry.
What'd I do? What'd I do wrong?
Nothing, dear, but... Now, you know how sensitive Luann has become since she's grown up. You've got to think of her more often. She expects her father to be more dignified, to dress better. Well, to be a little more sophisticated in company. Like Mort.
Mort?
Yes, Mort.
Mort can't fix her bicycle.
Why, Henry, dear, Luann hasn't owned a bicycle in, more than 8 years.
Mort can't make a cavity piece. Mort can't cast a die. Mort can't make a tool. He can sell. Sure, he can sell. He can get in there. He can, with that low bid and sell. I'll tell you something else. He's always been a Class B workman.
Don't talk that way about Mort.
Well, I'm sorry. That's what it is. I'm the only one who only made... I made the only good tools for that shop. And now, all of a sudden, all of a sudden, I'm no good to anyone, no good for anything, just no. All right, fine, we'll see about that.
Where are you going this late at night?
No one's throwing me on the junk heap. No one. I can still do better work than a lot of people half my age.
Whatever it is, it can wait till morning.
No, it can't. No, it can't wait until the morning. It's got to be done now. I've got to do it tonight. A man's got to protect what's his. I'm sorry, Grace.
Hello? Mount View Hospital? Mort Velos, please. I know he's sleeping, but this is an emergency. But please... Police department, please.
How'd you get in here?
Got my own keys. I've had them for months, and you knew it.
How would I know?
Now, come on, old-timer. It wasn't the good gremlins that was fixing your work.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then why did you take home the key parts of the machine after you found out?
Get away from my machine, please.
Go right ahead. I like to see a good journeyman at work.
Come on, little old girl. We'll show him how it's done, huh? May I? Thanks. Accident.
Could happen to anyone. Like bees, huh, old-timer?
Not this one. Thank you. .015 off. .0. That's impossible. That's just not possible, you know. I'm reading it wrong, ain't I, Pete?
Right as rain. I can see it from here.
But I was so careful. I couldn't have gone beyond tolerance. I just couldn't have.
Look, Henry, your hands are shaking. Who knows how far beyond tolerance you've gone?
She slipped. I'm telling you, that machine slipped. These old machines don't always hold that tolerance the way they should. Hilda, what's the matter with you? You slipped. These old machines...
Look, Henry, will you let me finish and so I can get some sleep?
You're not listening to me! The machine slipped. She's been slipping like that for months. She's been betraying me like that for months. She's old! She's ready for the scrap heap.
Yes, and she's gonna take you with her.
Oh, no, Mr. Lathrop. She's not going to take Henry forever. She's not going to fool me any longer. She's not going to fool me any longer.
Henry!
Henry!
Lathrop.
I'll get something to cover him up.
Lady in Glendale saw him riding a bicycle. A trainman in Riverside saw him hop a freight. According to these people, Henry Weber has been seen in West Hollywood, East Los Angeles, Brentwood, San Diego, and in Cucamonga, all in 6 hours.
Well, that's par for the course.
It's only 8:30. My guess is he slept someplace out of sight. When he's on the move again, we'll arrest him.
You'd better. Who knows what this guy will pull next?
Is that all?
Yeah. You two been up all night?
Yeah.
Are you off duty now?
An officer is never off duty.
Are you on the roster?
We're not on the schedule, if that's what you mean.
That's what I meant. Well, what are you waiting for? Gratitude? I didn't tell you to become a cop. Keep working on it. Bone. Where? Hold it! Thank you very much. They found his car, MacArthur Park area. You're back on the schedule.
Hi, Lulu. Well, what's the matter, baby? What happened to your bike?
It broke.
Oh. Well, I can fix that easy, sure. Here, let Daddy fix it for you. Let's see what... Oh, sure, we'll fix that in no time. Don't you worry, baby.
You can?
But this happens all the time. You know that.
It never happened before. Honest.
Oh, now you know better. You know better it happened. Now, no tears. No tears there.
Can you really fix it?
Lulu, baby. Daddy can fix anything. For you. Just don't you worry, baby. Okay?
Okay.
All right. There. We'll have it fixed in no time at all. Yeah. But I tell you, all fixed.
Oh, thank you.
And now, give Daddy a kiss. Lulu, come on now. Come on now, you always pay Daddy with a kiss.
Hey, you! Get away from my little girl! Get away from her, I said. Didn't I tell you never to speak to strangers?
Wait a minute. Just a moment, Lulu, darling. Tell this gentleman there's a mistake. Go on, tell him, dear. Whose little girl are you?
His?
Look, buddy, keep your hands to yourself. If you don't, I'll call the cops.
But you can't. You can't take... She's mine. She's mine. You can't take her away like this. She's mine. You can't take her away like...
Henry? Hello, Henry. We were worried about you.
Take Luann away from me.
Well, why don't you come along with us? We'll help you get her back.
What? Thank you, Sergeant. It's very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sergeant.
The people of the state of California versus Henry Weber.
An indictment has been returned by the grand jury, and this is the date set for the defendant's arraignment.
It appears the defendant is represented by Mr. Egan and Mr. Harris.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris, I presume you have advised him concerning his constitutional rights.
That's correct, Your Honor, and the defendant waives further statement of rights.
Mr. Pine, would you proceed?
Your true name, Henry Weber?
Yes, sir.
Henry Weber, you have been charged by the grand jury, and a true bill has been returned wherein the crime of murder is alleged to have been committed, in that you willingly and unlawfully with malice aforethought took the life of another human being, to wit, Peter Donald Lathrop, being murder in the first degree. To this charge, Henry Weber, how do you now plead? Guilty or not guilty?
I didn't mean to kill him, Your Honor.
You were charged with murder in the first degree. That would imply that you did mean to kill Mr. Lathrop.
No, Your Honor. Honest, I didn't mean to kill him. I did not mean to kill him.
Mr. Weber, you are charged with having deliberately killed Peter Lathrop. To that charge, what do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
No. Not guilty.
The clerk will enter the plea, and the trial will be set in Department 104 3 weeks from today. Is that date satisfactory to you, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Agreed, Your Honor.
The defendant is ordered to appear on this date for trial.
Will the court entertain a motion for bail in this matter?
May it please the court, when the charge is first-degree murder, bail may not be granted. And I would like to point out that in this case we are dealing with a most brutal crime, possibly the most heinous and brutal crime in our experience.
Why do prosecuting attorneys always describe each crime as the most brutal and heinous in their experience?
I wonder, too, Mr. Harris. However, under the law, I'm sure you'll realize that at this stage of the proceedings, I must deny the motion for bail. Court is adjourned.
Mr. Harris, isn't Luann here? I don't see her.
Who?
Luann, Lulu, my daughter.
I didn't see her.
She would have been here for Mort.
Mr. Weber, you've got to concentrate on this case.
Why?
So far, they have every chance of winning.
What's the difference?
Life and death, Mr. Weber. And as John Egan says, that makes all the difference.
To explain all the psychiatric reasons why a man like Henry Weber will kill. Perhaps Lathrop was a threat to his existence as a workman, to his identity.
Well, that's what they'll say, Rudy. You're supposed to be on my side.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm not on anybody's side.
Now, look. Could he have killed someone that night?
Yes. His emotions could easily have become homicidal. He's a simple man, really. Basic, earthy. He has strong primary instincts that make him defend his existence to the death.
That's not abnormal. It's the law of survival.
Yeah, when you add his horror of being thought useless or obsolete, then you have such fears as to make him a potential killer.
The law of self-preservation means defending oneself against an aggressor, right?
Psychologically, yes. Though I can't answer for your courts of law. You know, they're rather outdated by our standards.
I can't argue with that. Look, it seems strange that only a few years ago we were students here ourselves, huh?
What's strange about it? The only difference is you kept growing.
Mrs. Weber, when Henry left the house that night, did he make any threatening remarks about Pete Lathrop?
No.
But he was upset.
Yes.
Look, he left that house full of bitterness. At whom was that hostility directed?
Why, I don't recall.
Was it Luann?
Of course not. He loves his daughter.
Then it was Mort.
I'm sorry, Mort. I'm sure he didn't mean it.
Of course he didn't mean it. How could he hate you? It was very cruel of you, Mr. Egan.
No, it wasn't cruel at all.
Uncle, weren't you being silly?
No, it's true. Henry had every reason in this world to hate me.
Don't talk like that. This trial is making us all say things we don't mean.
Is it? I've come to learn people usually say what they mean, even if they don't mean to say it.
You know, it's ironic. For many years, people have envied me, Mort Vallis, the great bachelor. I have the latest car, an elegant home. I have everything a man could ask for. But while all these people envied me, I envied Henry and his family.
This doesn't make sense.
Makes a great deal of sense, doesn't it, Mort?
You know, I spent more time at my sister's house than I spent at my own. I invited myself to dinner every night.
But you were always welcome.
Yes. Yes, I wanted to be. I enjoyed watching Henry fix bicycles and roller skates and having you bake my favorite cookies. And Luann, always ready with a kiss. I wanted the love of a family. But I didn't have the courage to make my own, so I just stepped in and I took over Henry's.
Uncle Mort, that's not true.
Oh, would you excuse me? I better get back to the plant.
I never realized how much we neglected Henry.
We didn't mean to it. Uncle Mort just seemed like more fun.
He should have said something.
He couldn't, Mrs. Weber. He never knew.
You proceed with your opening statement, Mr. Pine.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, we are faced with a most brutal and heinous crime. A crime which must not go unpunished. The state will prove to you that Henry Weber, hating Peter Lathrop for displacing him professionally, and knowing that Lathrop was alone late at night in the Valos factory, went to the plant with willful intent and murder in his heart. That he Peter Lathrop honestly and diligently at work there, and that he killed him. The jury must not shrink from the full penalty provided by the law.
But more importantly, you'll see that Henry Weber was incapable of willful intent, that he is by nature a gentleman, a good husband and father, a hard worker and provider, a human being, caught that night in the unyielding grip of emotion, emotion over which he had absolutely no control. A man who panicked in fear and desperation, like a drowning person who drags down a would-be rescuer all the way to the bottom with no intention of murder in his heart. So, there he sits, Henry Weber, innocent until proven guilty under the law, for the burden of proof is on the prosecution. And the prosecutor has told you that Henry Weber went to the factory that night willfully and deliberately intending to murder Peter Lathrop. Willfully and deliberately. This, then, is the essence of your consideration here. Not did Henry Weber commit the act, but was he responsible? Did he mean it? His intentions that night toward Peter Lathrop make him guilty or not guilty. So, ladies and gentlemen, it becomes your job, your sworn duty, to consider only that fact. Did Henry Weber go to the factory that night with the willful, deliberate intention of murdering Peter Lathrop? I say he did not. The evidence will say he did not. I know you will say he did not. And find Henry Weber not guilty as charged.
Sergeant, is this the sledgehammer that Sergeant Anderson gave you?
Yes, it is.
How can you be sure?
I placed an identifying mark right here. There it is.
See. Now, Sergeant Phillips, as head of the crime laboratory, did you examine this sledgehammer?
I did.
What did you find?
Traces of metal, smears of blood, and bits of bone.
The defense will stipulate that is the sledgehammer which caused the death of Peter Lathrop. Stipulate to anything to stop him from waving that thing in front of the jury.
You may proceed, Mr. Pine.
Now, what were your findings, Sergeant?
The blood on the hammer matched that of the decedent. So did the bits of bone.
I see. Then, as an expert witness, would you say that this was the murder weapon?
Objection.
Excuse me, I mean the weapon that caused the decedent's death.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Sergeant. No more questions.
No witness? May I, Mr. Pine?
Sure.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't realize it was so heavy. Why, a thing like this could kill someone by just falling on him, couldn't it?
Your Honor, I object to that.
I can't help thinking this sledge is so heavy, and my client is so old.
Oh, Your Honor.
Mr. Egan, I have a feeling your contempt fine will match the carpentry bill for the floor.
I'm always happy to help improve the halls of justice, Your Honor.
You may question the witness.
Sergeant Phillips. I have no questions. Don't drop it.
Dr. Horsley, as a forensic psychiatrist, you've been assigned by the state to determine the nature of Henry Weber's mental condition. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Now, would you please tell the jury what were your findings?
I found him to be lucid and rational, to have a definite awareness of the nature of the legal charges against him. He was, by definition of the McNaughton rule, legally sane.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Your witness?
Doctor, is it Horsley or Horsley? I never can remember, though. We've met here in the courtroom.
It's Horsley.
Horsley, thank you. Doctor, do you consider Henry Weber a man capable of forming an intent?
Yes.
An intent to kill?
All people who are capable of forming intents are capable of forming intents to kill.
And you consider Henry Weber such a man?
I do.
When you examined him, Doctor, how did he describe the death of Peter Lathrop?
With profound regret.
And yet he struck the dead man many times with that sledgehammer. Was he regretful then?
I can't answer for his state of mind at that time.
You can't answer, and yet you've certified here that my client knows right from wrong.
That's right, he does.
You're confusing me, Doctor. You just told us you have no way of knowing what brought on this uncontrollable rage.
I didn't say that. I stated that I couldn't answer for his state of mind at that exact time.
Then it follows you'd have no way of knowing whether or not he was able to form an intent when this accident happened, do you?
In my opinion, he could.
But possibly he could not.
Anything is possible, Mr. Egan, even in the field of medical science. At least that's what I believe.
It seems to me, Doctor, you're willing to believe anything. What I am trying to determine is, could he form an intent during a trauma?
No.
Could he form an intent during a psychotic disturbance?
The McNaughton law definitely
Could he
states...
form an intent while relying on the primary instinct of self-preservation?
Of course not.
Then there are many emotional conditions under which Henry Weber might not, and I repeat, Doctor, might not have formed an intent to harm the decedent. Are there not?
Yes, but then
Thank you, Doctor. No more questions. Oh, it's the McNaughton rule, not the McNaughton law.
I have one question, Dr. Horsley.
Yes?
In your very expert opinion, did Henry Weber form an intent to kill Peter Lathrop?
In my opinion, he did.
Well, that's all we have to know.
I just struck out.
I'm more than glad to show you around, but I don't know what you hope to find.
Well, a criminal lawyer lives by instinct. It's imperative he knows the rules of evidence, the statutes, tricks of the trade. They're important tools. A lawyer needs them. But most of all, he needs a little bloodhound in him. And my nose leads me here.
It's going badly, isn't it?
Couldn't be worse.
Yeah. I wish there was something I could do to help. Come on in the office.
What's this?
Oh, that's a mold for little lead soldiers. Ah, there's the other half. There's 3 in one casting. Henry figured that out 40 years ago, a guy with almost no education.
Keep talking.
Here's another one. Bowling trophy. 50 cents apiece. We sold these by the carload. Boy, that dumb lug could make anything. He had the finest pair of hands I've ever seen. I should have made him quit. It was stupid. I was going to retire his machine next month.
The machine he hit with the sledgehammer?
That's right.
Can I see it?
Sure. We got it over in the corner. I didn't have the heart to throw it out.
Oh, may I have a pen, Mr. Egan? Thank you. Hasn't been a watch made yet that I couldn't fix, sir?
That one belonged to my great-grandfather.
Did? It's a beauty, too. Mr. Egan?
Hmm?
This, Dr. Fromm, he was here before. He says he's going to testify this afternoon. Please. Don't let him say I'm crazy. A thing like that shames a man.
Henry?
Oh, yes, it does. It does, Mr. Egan. You can die of the vilest disease and no one will say a word. No one. But just once let him put a finger at you and say you're finished. Finished, Mr. Egan. Never the same again. Why, the whole family is going to be affected by it. Children, grandchildren, just like the good book says, even unto the 4th generation.
Henry, I want you to take the stand. I need your testimony.
Don't make a fool of me, please. You see, well, seems like my self-respect is about all that I got left. But that isn't so bad, is it?
No, that's not bad at all. Will you testify?
If you think I should. You see, my father always said, a man should always trust his doctor, his lawyer, and his wife. Here, Mr. Egan, don't forget your watch.
Why don't your hands shake when you fix a watch?
They do. They do, Mr. Egan. You see, that's the difference between mistakes you can fix and mistakes you can't fix. Here, let me set the time for you. I like to set the time on a watch backward. Most people like to set it forward like this. I like to set it backward like this. Too bad you can't do that with life, isn't it? But you can't. No, you can't, Mr. Egan. You can't call back a second. Not half a second. No. Not even 1/10,000th of an inch.
Yes, in many cases, a person may feel that objects are the aggressors. They're afraid of them.
Inanimate objects, things that are not alive.
Exactly.
Then a person might be afraid of a sheet flapping in the wind, a haunted house.
Yes. One patient feared a bullet, which, in his case, represented death. Another feared a cameo ring, which he believed contained an evil eye.
How might a person react to such fears, Doctor?
One might run.
But if one could not run, if one had to face the evil eye, the bullet, or the flapping sheet?
There are no rules, no boundaries for those who follow the laws of survival.
Might one kill?
Certainly.
Well, that'd be self-defense, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be survival.
Doctor, since people may actively hate and fear inanimate objects, conversely, is it possible for them to love inanimate objects?
Oh, yes, there are many such cases.
Do they give them names?
Yes, they do. And personalities.
Now, Doctor, this is important. Is it further possible, believable, that a person might transfer the love he intended for a human to a machine?
Yes, it's entirely believable.
That a person who loves such a machine could be frustrated by it, could even feel rejected by it, could he not?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Doctor. Your witness.
No questions.
Dr. Fromm, you're excused. It's getting late in the afternoon. I think we might adjourn now.
Your Honor, I'd like the next witness to follow while Dr. Fromm's testimony is still fresh.
Mr. Pine?
No objection.
Proceed, Mr. Egan.
I call to the stand Henry Weber. Will you tell the court your name and occupation, please?
Henry Weber, toolmaker.
Henry, did you make this die mold?
Yeah. Yeah, sure I made this. That was Adam, our first family.
This is a mold for 3 lead soldiers.
Yeah.
Was it a simple or difficult piece of work?
Oh, simple as pie.
And Henry, did you make this die mold?
Aren't you a busybody, Mr. Egan? Yeah, I made that one, too. That was the lowest cost bowling trophy made in the last 35 years.
Quietly.
Henry, was this a difficult piece of work?
Oh, no, sir. I tooled that one about half a day.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to enter these two depositions by world-famous die-making establishments. They testify that these dies are brilliantly constructed, exceptionally well-tooled. In short, the work Henry Weber considers simple as pie. They consider the handiwork of a master craftsman.
Your Honor, the state's willing to stipulate that Mr. Weber is a brilliant tool maker. I'll even stipulate that he's a genius if it'll make Mr. Egan happy.
Thank you, Mr. Pine. I agree. And as proof, I offer these die molds and evidence.
Oh, Mr. Egan, you shouldn't have taken that one out of my workshop.
I'll be careful with it, Henry. Please. Huh? Considering Mr. Pine's very complimentary words, I won't bother reading these 4 depositions testifying to this particular piece of art. However, one firm did use phrases such as incredibly perfect, and another actually used the word genius, Mr. Pine. Your Honor?
$50,000 tolerance? Mr. Weber?
100,000, Your Honor.
Lovely.
Thank you very much, sir.
Your Honor, I wanted the court to see firsthand the delicate work wrought by this man. It gives us a better insight to his tragedy. Or imagine, if you can, the tortures of Henry Weber when he noticed his hand shook. Not much, for most of us imperceptibly. But for him, a sudden end to a brilliant career.
Your Honor, Mr. Egan's making a summation with the witness still on the stand.
Because there will be no summation, Mr. Pine. You heard Dr. Fromm speak of objects that frighten people, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did.
What frightens you, Henry?
Now, let's see. I guess a haunted house might scare me.
Anything else?
Well, when I was a kid, I suppose I was afraid of graveyards.
Anything else?
Anything else? No. No, sir, not that I can think of, if there is.
Henry?
Hmm?
Have you ever been afraid of a machine?
A machine? No, sir. Why, Mr. Egan, the machine hasn't been made yet that I couldn't figure out just like that.
You have a special milling machine at the Ballos factory, don't you?
Yeah, I have.
Does that machine have a name?
Yes.
What name did you give it, Henry?
Mr. Egan, you promised me not to make a fool of me.
Henry, what name did you give the machine?
Hilda?
Are you afraid of Hilda?
No, of course not. What kind of question is that? I've run Hilda for over 20 years.
Does Hilda ever make you feel inadequate?
Of course not.
Even when you go beyond tolerance?
Well, sometimes.
Even when your hands tremble and you ruin a good die block?
Well, the finest tool makers in the world, Mr. Egan, have ruined die blocks.
Do you hate Hilda?
No, I've got to...
Do you hate her because she frustrates you and reminds you you're getting older?
Who can
and
hate
that you
a machine?
haven't made a good die block in months?
No, that's not true.
Do you hate her because she embarrasses and humiliates you before co-workers and family?
Not true.
Do you hate her because she's made you useless and obsolete and ready for the junk heap?
Stop that! That's a lie! You stop that! That's a lie! That's a lie, Mr. Egan!
The witness will be seated.
What?
Sit down, please, Mr. Weber.
I'm sorry. I'm awfully sorry, Your Honor. Mr. Egan.
The prosecution has stated that Henry Weber left his house that night in the mood to kill. I agree. But the object of his murderous intent was not Peter Leif. There is the aggressor. The source of all the hatreds and agonies that drove Henry Weber to lift a massive sledgehammer and strike back. Court's indulgence. This is Hilda. Because if her one man is dead, another may lose his life. Small wonder Henry Weber sought to destroy her. The primary instinct of self-preservation made Henry Weber fight in defense against this aggressor machine. And while he was in that state, it was impossible for him to form any intent except to protect himself. And accordingly, Your Honor, the killing of Peter Lathrop was a related act, not distinguishable because of the mental state of Henry Weber at that specific time.
Your Honor, this conjecture is most fascinating. The theories of self-preservation are well-grounded, and Mr. Egan, as always, has done his homework well. However, skilled psychiatrists have testified that Henry Weber was capable of forming an intent. We know he had the motive. I feel the matter rests there.
Not quite. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Very well.
Henry? Will you come over here and mill out this die block for me?
No. No, Mr. Egan.
As a favor?
No mistake.
Please, for me? Please, Henry.
As a favor? For you?
Here's your blueprint, Henry.
Come on, Hilda. We'll show him, huh? Mr. Ian, I'm sorry, but Hilda's behaving awfully strange.
She hates you, doesn't she, Henry?
No, she doesn't.
She makes a fool of you every chance she gets.
No, she doesn't.
You didn't make those guys in this machine.
Yes, oh, yes.
Not the bowling trophy.
All the bowling.
Oh, you can't even make a 4-in-1 die.
All right, I'll show you. I'll show you. I can't. I'll show you.
Henry, look at the blueprint.
No. Want to kill me? You want to see me dead? Like you? Dead? Like you won't. You won't. You won't. You are.
Daddy, please.
Your Honor, the court has clearly seen how Peter Lathrop was killed and Mr. Egan almost killed when he tried to stop Mr. Weber from harming the machine. I move that the court dismiss these proceedings in the interest of justice.
Mr. Pine?
I agree, Your Honor.
Very well. The jury is dismissed. This court is adjourned.